Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is Matthew, and today we've got another unboxing, and hopefully this time my footage does not screw me up, because the last time I opened up a figure box, the whole thing literally just corrupted itself. I don't know what happened, but basically we've got the Mezco's Destoroyah Monsters round 2 set, which features King Ghidorah, Gorosaurus, Manila, and Baragon. And to make sure it doesn't corrupt itself, I've actually not only got my phone rolling, but I've also got my computer rolling, which I'm probably going to release it, like assuming that both of them do survive. I'm going to release one of them, I'm going to release both of them at the same time probably. So let's go ahead and unbox this. We got a comically sharp knife, well, big knife, in standard channel fashion, although I would not recommend opening these sort of things with big knives. I just kind of say the bigger the packaging, the bigger the knife we use is. So there's the knife, and so we're going to open this up. We're actually going to open it kind of carefully. There we go. Ooh, it actually has a clamshell. Well, kind of. There we go. It has a little trail. Oh, yeah, look at that. Okay, so there's... I don't need to show up the instructions. I mean, I might as well, because I know there's probably going to be some person who's just like, oh boy, so here's the instructions. I'm going to show it on both devices. There we go. Just to make sure there's no... again, I'm just going to put these guys together. Okay, Manila's in his own tray. We're going to... we're not going to do Manila yet. But right now we're going to unbox King Ghidorah, the one you guys are probably most excited for. So let's go ahead, unbox him. This is a really nice way to celebrate my 9-year anniversary on YouTube, by the way. Really nice, which in case you guys don't know, which I don't know how you not know. So this is King Ghidorah. So far, really nice looking figure. Let's attach his twin tails, because King Ghidorah actually has 2 tails. So that goes in this part, because they're individually shaped. I've seen like a crud ton of reviews of these guys already. And we're going to carefully pick this one out. Come on, stop sliding in the box. I don't have nails, so it's hard for me to scoop it out. Well, I do have nails. They're just not particularly long. Okay. I don't think you have to heat these up because these are very soft. So here are King Ghidorah's wings, which, oh my gosh, yeah, these things are freaking brittle, and actually they're not too brittle, but that's actually sharp. Okay, what does this remind me of? I don't know. It's like hard plastic something. Okay, shove it in. Okay. And then we're gonna go in the other one. Remember, if it's giving you a hard time, heat it up. Just heat it up with a blow dryer. Nice, man. Oh, okay. That's not too nice. Don't like that sound. Yeah, I might have to heat this up. Oh, no, never mind. I don't have to heat anything up. Here we go. Here's King Ghidorah. Nice. Here's Gorosaurus. Let's go with Gorosaurus, because he only comes in one piece, which I kind of find a little sucky. Oh, look at you. I see the teeth. Mine fared a lot better than a lot of others. Oh, look at you. This thing is so sweet. Look at that. I actually should show a close-up of the King Ghidorah, too. Look at that. Showing both devices. That is sweet. We're going to go with Manila because, why not? I know Manila's got like a weird thing going on with his accessories. You know, something that always bugged me about Manila's design is the amount of rows of spines he has. Like, how much spines is he gonna grow when he's full grown? Has that ever happened? Like a fully grown Manila? I don't think it ever has. Maybe it has. Godzilla Jr. does not count. Anyone points to the Heisei era, and I will smack him. And here we have Baragon. Okay, this guy is actually pretty sweet. Oh, little. That's weird. Both him and Anguirus have loose heads. So here's Baragon. Yeah. And I won't be taking out their accessories because there's like a boatload of accessories each. But as it stands, this is looking to be a really nice set. Now I have to go clean up my bed and my setup. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys liked it, definitely subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, everyone. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is Matthew, and today we've got another Mezco Godzilla figure set review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the next wave of the Mezco's Godzilla Destoroyah Monsters sets, which we have round 2. And, we're going to be talking about these 4, which are Gorosaurus, King Ghidorah, Manila, and Baragon, which I'm super excited to finally dive into this figure set. So without further ado, let's go with figure number 1. Figure number 1 is going to be Gorosaurus, which I think is one of the most underrated kaiju in the entire Godzilla universe. I feel like Gorosaurus himself has such a unique, I don't know, it's weird, because you might just think, oh, generic dinosaur. Well, no. He actually has a lot to him that would distinguish him from other existing dinosaurs. The sculpt and paint, can we get this thing to maybe focus a bit better? Because that is not good focusing. Please? Okay, maybe this will work. Doing this all in one take. Wait. Doing this all in one take, so I'm not doing retakes. I think that's about as best as we're gonna get it. So for the sculpt and paint, you can definitely see Gorosaurus has a lot to him. The jaw looks really nice with some nice bone white paint and some nice there we go. Nice teeth paint, tongue paint, and even has like detail in the tongue and the gums and whatnot. Roof of the mouth looks pretty good too. The eye looks really accurate to the movie. I like the way they did the pupils and everything. The green kind of transitions to like a turquoise kind of color. Blue, not really. The spines look pretty good. I like the kind of bone yellow, kind of brown mix. And it just looks really neat. The underbelly has like some sort of brown, bone yellow kind of color gradient to it. It just looks really nice. Like the pink in there in the mouth still. Nails look pretty good too. No complaints there. And the nails here look really nice as well. Nice little back heel toe. Oh boy, if someone tries to get him from behind, all they just gotta do is just kick him. And boom, there goes any chance of them having kids. And realistically, that's kind of all there is to the sculpt and paint. It's not too simplistic. I like the nostrils. I like all the detailing. You know, it's got a lot to him for such a simplistic yet complex kaiju. For articulation, which we're actually just gonna, there we go. He has a rotation here at the head, so you can go kind of pretty much all the way around. We have arms here. Remember, this is called 5 points, so there's only 5 points of articulation. And we have the other 2 at the legs. And there's nothing at the tail, even though there is a seam line that's just for glued. And it does have a bit of gloss to it, which I don't know if that's like glue just seeping through or that was intentional, but I dig it. Unfortunately, this is the only figure across both sets to not include any accessories exclusive to himself. The only accessory he does come with is a base, which you just plop him on, and boom. Now, admittedly, yes, Gorosaurus doesn't really need anything else. He does doesn't use any beam weapons. He doesn't use any of those type of attacks. But I feel like what they could have done is they could have maybe had it so this joint pops off the same way that Ghidorah's tails do, and you could have had good like his tail flop all the way back, and then had some sort of stand towards the back to cradle him up, so it looks like he's about to drop kick Ghidorah. Or maybe give us like an alternate head that is, his mouth is roaring up. Like don't leave Gorosaurus high and dry. But unfortunately, they did. But yeah, overall, Gorosaurus is a very nice addition, and honestly, the sculpted details are just killer. Next up, we have everyone's favorite three-headed golden two-tailed dragon, King Ghidorah, with apparently two rib cages thanks to a brand new Bandai figure that was just released with just the skeleton of these figures. Ugh. Crazy to think about that these are just ribs. Anywho, this guy, I'm just gonna say, is definitely the show stealer of the set. Because okay, there we go. Not only is the entire figure casted in a beautiful, shiny gold plastic, it actually has a bit of glossy paint to it, which, yeah, there you go. You can see right along the necks, and it's all over the body, especially like things like the wings, and it just looks so amazing. Initially when you open this, he actually comes in parts, which you have to attach. The tails are disattached and the wings are disattached, so you have to attach them yourself. But once you do, this guy is absolutely killer. For the heads, which they're different across all of them, let's go start with this one. The eyes are painted kind of like a red-orange kind of color with solid black pupils, it looks like. Yep. Painted rows of teeth. Looks really nice. The gums look really nice. Top of the mouth looks nice on all of them. Tongues look neat too, with my cat jumping, paying Gorosaurus a visit. Not on the table, like on a different platform. Yeah, teeth look very jagged, nicely done. Although it kind of looks a little derpy from the front. I mean, these are puppets after all. You have some nice fur mane kind of paint going on. It looks really neat. Looks really amazing, and the back view of it looks nice. I like the look on the back spikes right here towards the neck, and it just looks so amazing. The tails look really nice. They look very serpentine-like, and luckily, the pegs are actually different from each other, so you can't mistake them for each other. And it continues down the legs, and even though there is no paint variation, it still looks really neat because this guy is absolutely just a masterpiece. I must warn people that if you pick this up, these part of the wings, like the spikes, are actually really spiky. And if you're not careful, you could actually stab yourself, somebody else, cut yourself with it. And as it says, it's for 18 and up. So, would not recommend giving this to little children. For articulation, again, 5 points. So we have one joint at this neck, with my arm completely covering that. One joint at this neck, one joint at this neck, so that's 3. This part, you can go back and forth. Okay, for a sec I thought I snapped that. I was like, oh no. You can go back and forth with that. Looks really nice. And you can go back and forth with that. I've heard so many people say, why can't we have joints on the wings? Why can't we have joints on the tail? Guys, it's called 5 points for a reason. They either give us the 5 points or give us less than 5 points because the design can't do that, aka the mothra larva. So be grateful that we even have movement on this figure anyway. But in terms of accessories, this guy actually comes with a few. He comes with his signature gravity beams, which actually, we're actually going to first cover the base, which, again, same thing as Gorosaurus, which, just make sure that it's the stand that puts him, like, close to it, the center, so that way it looks the best. And, okay, don't want to break these. These are really fragile and brittle. but still really cool nonetheless. I wish it was a bit more jagged, honestly, but I mean, it is what it is. So you can just peg it in towards the back of the throat as you do, giggity, and just kind of doink it in there. All three. Boom. There you go. And honestly, this is one killer display. On its own, Ghidorah is just ready to annihilate anybody and everybody. This truly is like, he's king. You put him on the shelf, he's king. No doubt about that. And the next figure, we have everybody's little favorite um atomic ring smoking Manila. Where do I even begin? Manila has had quite a rough reception amongst people who have watched the Godzilla films in the past 67 years and 68 years, I think now. Is it 68 years? Yeah, I think so. Let's just say that this figure is at least great in that his overall sculpt and paint is actually pretty good. The eyes himself are not doing him any favors in terms of the design, but it's still accurate to the movie with solid black pupils. The teeth are okay. I mean, they're the tiny painted. I like the gloss. I like it. The overall paint and sculpt is actually pretty good. Really accurate to the movie. Has like a little tiny little hair on him, probably for my cats and dogs. But yeah, he has like a lot of different bumps, different crevices on him. I still think that this kind of bugs me though. The amount of dorsal spines they gave him. That's more of a fault of Toho than anything. But honestly, why? How much dorsal fins is this guy gonna grow when he's older? We never really saw that, shockingly. He has kind of a gradient going on the claws, gradient going on these claws too, and it's just kind of like a mishmash of grays and mild brown and dry brushings to give out more of a detailed look, and it honestly does not look that bad. For articulation, we have a rotation at the head, which actually we're gonna kind of fan the camera out a bit. We have a head rotation. Rotations at the arms. Remember, 5-point XL. These are bigger than your standard 5-point figures. Swivels at the shoulder, the legs, and that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No articulation at the tail, which is surprisingly long for, like, proportionally. This might be like one of the longer tails from body to tail ratio in that sense. But this guy actually has a few tricks up his non-existent sleeves. I mean, he is a suit, so maybe he has sleeves. He actually comes with an alternate head. Why does this mouth look like something out of Alien? This is straight up the third mouth, or the mouth that the second mouth, you know what I'm saying? Like it reaches out and just grabs you. Yeah, like that's just straight up this mouth. The sculpt and paint looks decent. I mean, my eyes kind of got a little dirt, but it just looks like he's missing a tooth. Someone punched him upside the head. So basically what you want to do is you want to pop off the head and then pop this one on, kind of wiggling it in. You don't need a hairdryer, and I wouldn't imagine using a hairdryer on something this small. And so it looks like this, to accommodate a smoke ring effect, which actually looks pretty good, although I will admit this looks like a lifesaver candy. So you just plug it in, and there you go. Only criticism. That is not glued in, or at least it is kind of glued in, so just be careful. But I mean, I'll probably just pop it off, glue it back in. I mean, I have crazy glue that can work on this sort of thing. And to accommodate this, you can also pop off the arms. Do not lose these. These are incredibly small accessories due to the size of Manila. There we go. And then you can plug these arms in. Jeez, I have so much fur here. I mean, that's kind of what you get for living with 3 dogs and 2 cats. And there you go. Hold on. I think you actually raise the arms up. So here you go. He's blown the smoke ring. Needless to say, this is actually quite a well-done accessory, but he has one more, you guessed it, the black base, which you can plug it to whichever peg you please, and then there you go. Pretty sweet, I do say, but please, for the love of Godzilla, keep the ring in the mouth, please. And the last but not least, we have the one, the only, Baragon, which I gotta say, I was probably the most hyped for this one, as this is my first time getting a Baragon figure. What? It's not my fault. Baragon figures are very hard to come by, and I'm not paying how much money for the Bandai vinyl. Not happening. But that being said, this figure absolutely rocks. The sculpted details and paint and such, it's just such the perfect mix of pink and, you know, there's detail in the mouth too. There's also individually sculpted and painted teeth. The eyes look pretty bugged out, but they look really accurate and nice to the movie. Nice painted horn. Nice painted ears too, got like a little bit of a gradient with the nice little spines. And dry brush to the neck and such. The frills on the back look really nice, all the bumps, all the crevices. It almost looks like something that would like be a shell to just open up and like let wings out or something. The tail looks really nice, really long too. I don't alright, how do I say this? It looks very frill-like. Honestly, it looks really frill-like. Stomach looks really nice. Like lots of little squares and whatnot. Here we have some toes, nice toe claws, nice dry brushing, and it just looks really, really neat. And I just love all the black dry brushing and brown paint, lighter brown highlights with all the regular paint kind of thrown all together. And as a 5-point standard style fashion, we have 5 points: one at the head, one joint at the head, one joint at the arms, and one joint at the legs each. So, and no joint at the tail. Which, we can go on to the accessories, which we're going to cover the black base, which all you just got to do is line it up with the peg hole that you find at the bottom of the feet, either or. Any stands like that. You might think, oh, that's it. Well, no, because he actually comes with an alternate head, which has the ears folded back, the mouth opened up, and the ears a bit back more. So to do that, all you just gotta do is pop it off, his main head off like that, and put on his new head like that. But notice how he's looking straight up. Well, that's because you gotta disattach the legs, which I'm gonna quickly grab the accessories we need. There we go, doing this all in one take. And that brings us to these legs, which, yeah, these are these legs. Yeah, there we go. You don't need a hairdryer, which is nice. And, yep, there you go. And, you can have him in his bipedal. I think that's what it is, like on him on all fours. Thanks to the fact that Baragon can crawl on all fours. And same with Anguirus, and I guess now Godzilla, now that Godzilla vs. Kong does this move in GVK. I will say that it is cool, but due to the placement of the arms, I feel like that they should have added like an extra arm set to keep it like maybe flat on the ground or something. And I know this is asking a bit much, but could we have gotten another head and maybe the red ray that he fires in Frankenstein Conquers the World or Frankenstein versus Baragon? I know that's asking a bit much because he never did this move in the movie, but you know, we're such on a roll with the beam attacks. I feel like it fits for Baragon. You know what I'm saying? But overall, what we do get here is a nice package of accessories. Also, I'm going to quickly just say this. Yes, there are pegals at the bottom of the feet that can be used to have him on the base. Although it doesn't look all that great, so I really would just recommend him on this on a different surface, or just have him like just standing neutrally on the stand if you do so wish. For some size comparisons, here they are next to the bootleg Godzilla Panic and Destruction set that features Monkey Gigan, because he looks like a monkey, a one-tailed Ghidorah, humanoid Godzilla, and a horse Rodan, because his head looks like a freaking horse. And as far as Ghidorahs go, you see why I needed this figure? You see why? And for size comparison, here they are next to the Mezco's King Kong of Skull Island Monkey Boy. And today, I'm a proud owner of a all bunch of Mezco items, which I am so thankful. Because when I reviewed this guy, I believe I either said off camera or on camera that I would kill for some Godzilla figures by Mezco. Granted, this is not what I was expecting. I was thinking like a 6-inch figure, like how he is, but you know, we're getting an 8-inch Mezco Godzilla pretty soon with a seamless body. I wonder how that goes. And for the comparison that you guys have probably been waiting for, an all-out, literal total destruction view of all both characters from both sets. This is round 1 and round 2 together, which this just goes to show how good of a figure line that this truly is. Because now that we have Godzilla, Anguirus, Mothra, Manila, Rodan, Gorosaurus, Baragon, and King Ghidorah, we just need Mezco to get round 3. Mezco, please do round 3. I know there's only 3 kaiju you can do left. That being, not Kamacuras, Kamanga, Manda, and Varen. But you could also do one of the Keelak ships, the UFOs, like the Flying Dragon, or the Fire Dragon, yes. The Fire Dragon. You know, you could have it encased in like some sort of plastic that looks something like that. And so, damn, there's your 4-pack. There you go. And honestly, this whole set, let's get Mothra better in the frame. I think that's the better as we're going to do. This whole pack is amazing. So, what are my overall thoughts? Honestly, actually, before I forget, here they are next to my favorite figure in the collection. Now, these are actually 2 of 3 sets I'm getting from Mezco. I have the Battle Box from SDCC on order because that really looks cool. And I'm still waiting for them to put up the Blueberry Godzilla, you know what I'm saying? Like the blue one that looks kind of like if the beam absorbed Godzilla or something. So I'm seeing if all 3 sets are really worth their money, and that'll really determine if I'm getting more figures from these guys, which, you know, so far I'm very pleased with what I'm seeing. But that being said, if you guys are going to pick up this set, I suggest picking up both. Anyways, that's all I have to say for this video. If you guys like it, definitely subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, everyone.